Hello and good day. Welcome to the Super Good Camping Podcast. My name is Pamela.
I'm Tim.
And we are from supergoodcamping.com. We're here because we're on a mission to inspire other people to get outside and enjoy camping adventures such as we have as a family. Today's guests are a lovely couple that have a different approach to dehydrated meals. They make authentic South Asian backcountry camping meals. They're all about the flavor. Tim and our eldest son, Thomas, have had the pleasure of running into them a couple of times over the past year, and Thomas's sampling takeaway was flavorful with just the right heat and great texture. Please welcome Liz and Wally from Wanderless Kitchen. Yay, welcome.
Welcome.
Oh, thank you for having us.
Yeah, thanks for being here.
Well, thanks for doing something different. It's really easy that, imitation is the best form of flattery. Pretty easy to imitate something that somebody else has already figured out. You guys are doing a different deal. Thomas has sampled your wares. We've run into, he's run into you apparently more times than I have.
Yes.
He doesn't tell me anything. We first ran into you at the Toronto Outdoor Adventure Show. The paddleheads asked us to come in because it's a long story. We were doing some stuff for them because they were out of country and stuff. Exactly. We're stand-ins. That's perfect, sweetie. So we came in, we dropped by your booth, did a brief interview. Thomas tried your food and loved it. And then we ran into you, late summer, I guess, up at Paddler Co-op at the, what's it called? Palmerfest, that's it. And he got to sample some more. He's like, we got to take some of that. We don't have to because it's going to go poorly for me.
There's a deliberate reason why Tim was left out of the equation and the mention about the tasting.
Yes. Anything. So when he says, what did he say? Just the right heat. Heat is bad in my worlds. I love the flavors. I used to when I much younger and apparently stupider, I would go and do blackened swordfish. Love the flavors.
Wow.
But I would be holding my guts and my eyes would water for 4 days. Like it's just I can't.
Even green peppers and sweet peppers don't go well.
If there's the word peppers in there, it's going to play out poorly for me. So it smells great. I'm sure it tastes wonderful. Not trying it.
It's funny you bring up green peppers because Liz is a very adventurous food eater. Like she's the biggest foodie that I know. And she would eat everything, but green peppers is where she draws the line.
It's true, yeah. Like green peppers, no, don't like that bitter taste.
Oh, cool. I just don't like the tummy issues.
Yeah. They don't like you.
They don't like me. So tell us a little bit about, I don't know, your background story. How did you end up here? Like what started you down the road of making very different dehydrated meals?
Yeah. I moved to Canada in 2004, and I moved here from Lahore, Pakistan. And it's basically, think of Toronto and then multiply the size by, I don't know, like 20 times.
Oh
so
my God.
Real urban jungle. And I moved here to go to school. And I was lucky enough that I met a guy. He had just come back from this world trip, and he had basically biked across the world on different places. And I was just mesmerized hearing his stories. And he was like, "Hey, I'll take you camping. Do you want to go?" And I was like, "Sure, yes, I would love to." And he ended up taking me and a bunch of other newbies on a canoe trip to Georgian Bay. I wouldn't say the exact spot because I've been sworn to secrecy, so I don't want to offend my mentor, so to say. But anyway, he took us on this canoe trip on Georgian Bay, and the winds were 40 kilometers, like crazy going. But we didn't know any better. We didn't know that the canoe could flip or anything, so we were just like la 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 la. It's such a great time. So anyway, once we got there. The other guy who had been on a trip before was a little bit annoyed that, hey, you took these new guys on this trip and it could have been really scary. But anyway, what we don't know, which we don't know. But we got there and it was just mind blowing. I was like, wow, you can't see anybody anywhere. There's no phone service. You are disconnected. And it was just absolutely beautiful. The rocks and the water. So I was just hooked right away. I was just totally in love. But the only thing was that when it came time to eat food, the food, I should say, left a little to be desired. It was some instant noodles and some, I don't know, I think it was like some freeze dried food somebody brought. And I was having it and I was like, why is this so bland? And why is this a punishment? We're in this such a beautiful place. Why can't the food be good? So anyway, on the subsequent trips, I started bringing my own food, like Pakistani food. And at that time, I would just freeze it and bring it in a cooler somehow, or make it on the fire, and it was super fun. But then as we started going on longer trips, we're like, oh, we want to have good food on like day 8. So Liz and I do this trip every year, like for 8 days. So we want to be eating good. And then we started dehydrating our own food. I love to cook at home and I have my own family recipes. So basically, we started to do our own dehydrated food for ourselves. And we really like it. And then we shared it with other friends, new people we have taken camping since. Because it's always a joy to take new people camping for the first time and they see a new thing. And it's, as you know, it's like you want to make sure they have the best time of their lives because they're like in the beginning, they're like, oh, am I going to be bored? What am I going to do? What's going to happen? But then once they're there, and especially if the food is good, they really enjoy it. So yeah, so we shared our food with our friends and fellow campers, and people really liked it and really encouraged us. They were like, "Hey, man, you gotta start this as a business." And it was just a campfire kind of story where people, friends tell you stuff, and some things stick. Most things you forget about, but that really inspired us to be like, yeah, actually, we do want to bring these flavors to more people, and
And that idea that like people wanted, or people would ask us about our trips. They would be curious, like, "Oh, I hear you're going on these longer trips, but like, what do you eat? Are you eating moon food? Like, what is it that you're having?" And so it was such a delight to share. Like, no, we're eating so good. Like it's delicious, and I'm so excited to be eating all of the food that Wally makes. And so it was like a we got that feedback right away from people of they wanted to go out and explore the outdoors, but they were afraid of what the food would be and like how to solve that problem. And so we saw like, oh, if we start as this as a business, we can be helping other people to get out there and like check that off the list, that it makes it easy so that you don't have to be scared about having bad food when you're camping.
yeah, basically we want to make getting outdoors a little bit easier and a whole lot more tastier for people.
That's a good philosophy. I can tell you from personal experience over the years. I mean, it was we would the only way we got flavor was because Knorr, like KNOR,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
They made soups and pastas and stuff like that. So otherwise, because it was pretty bland.
What
Up to
Kevin
that,
Wright's cookbook was that?
that was a definite win for us.
Yeah.
I guess we should mention our tagline is "Bland can take a hike." So we are definitely addressing that issue.
I had a chuckle about that over your Instagram handle. Was that too?
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't read it the first time. Didn't read it probably the first time. For some reason, I thought it was like Blake can take a hike. It's like I don't think either of them are named Blake. Then I reread it and went, "Oh yeah, that's perfect. That's an excellent tagline."
We had fun coming up with that one.
Well, I thought Thomas's comment about the texture was interesting because dehydrated food, at least ones that I've had, have not always had a really nice texture when you rehydrate them. They're kind of still a bit dry, sometimes chewy.
Yeah, well, and certain ingredients rehydrate don't necessarily rehydrate well. Have you had some spectacular failures and then gone, okay, so we need to figure out how to deal with this?
Yes, actually, there's this one dish that when we first started the business, or like we're in the planning stages and trying out different things, because we had done it for ourselves. One of the things we really liked was called chana dal. It's basically split chickpeas, which it's already split up. And we thought, hey, that would be like a easy thing to do, and we have done it before. And when we did it for like try to do it in a bigger scale and commercially, we found that it took forever to rehydrate. And the expectation is like that it would rehydrate in 15 minutes or so, but it for some reason that one was not conducive to that process. So we definitely had to do a lot of testing and different items. But we're lucky that the first three that we have started with, like we have eaten them like over the years, and every time they are perfect. And obviously we have like evolved recipes to get to bigger scale, but that's something we take really seriously, right? Like like for us personally, it wouldn't matter if something takes half hour to rehydrate, but that is not as conducive to say the business. Like people's expectation is a little bit quicker, 15 minutes or so. So we have worked on that hard and just made sure that you still get the texture, but it also rehydrates really well. Trust me, we have done a lot of back and forth to make sure that you get both. You get the best of the both worlds, basically. At the end of the day, our like goal is that it should taste like home cooked, proper South Asian food. So for example, we have the brown lentils and yellow lentils. The brown lentils are have a bit more of a texture to them because that's just how they keep their shape. While the moong dal is generally a more liquidy, smoother kind of texture. For both of them, that's how they come out rehydrated as well. But dals are generally really good for dehydration and rehydration, along with the basmati rice, which was actually a real big surprise for us because we are as I mean a lot of people are, but especially people from South Asia are very particular about their rice. That it shouldn't be too shmooey. It should be like not quite al dente, like it should be soft, but it should be firm and it should be whole. And after doing a lot of testing, we were able to achieve that. So that's something we're very happy about.
Cool. Well, and there's a perfect segue because testing has been on my brain. How long have you been? How long has this journey been? Because there must have been a boatload of testing in between just to get to that, and then figure out how to upscale or upsize everything, make it all play
Yeah.
out.
Well, it's like we were testing it for ourselves for a bunch of years, right? So we were doing trial and error for home cooking, basically for our own trips for many years. I don't know,
8 years,
yeah,
10 years.
8 years or something.
Yeah.
And and then I guess we got really serious about it last winter is when we started doing trials. So I guess 2 years that we've been doing like um, more recipe development, I guess.
Yeah, so I think like end of 2023, start of 2024, we started giving out, making little small packs of samples to basically friends and friends of friends, um, and then just asking them for what their opinion was and how it was working out for them, and then we started. So it was at least a whole year of doing recipe development to get to a point where we were like, okay, now we are ready to sell.
We had a good mishap the first round of testing we did where we had put oxygen absorbers in to the mylar bags that we gave out to people, and um, we had just handwritten instructions, and there were some non-campers who we gave it to, and they didn't know that they were supposed to remove the oxygen absorber. So I have one friend who's very proud that their claim to fame is that now it's the first step on our instructions is to remove the oxygen. I was like, yes, this is good feedback. It affects the taste.
Well, and you mentioned about recipe development, and I'm thinking South Asian. I like South Asian cuisine, and I can eat it. But I think of like it being rich, so lots of like oils or ghee or something that gives it that. But isn't that difficult to dehydrate? That's my understanding with dehydrated.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, actually, you're absolutely right. Yeah, oil is really hard to dehydrate, and we put in very, very little amount of oil in our recipes, especially for this purpose, because it doesn't dehydrate well. But the other thing is that with the dals, like at least where how I grew up and where I grew up, like you wouldn't really put that much oil or ghee in the dals. It's like an additional topping that you might add, but that's only really for like fancy occasions or something. But at home, like sometimes my mom wouldn't even put in any oil in the when making the dal because it already has like a lot of flavor to it. But you're right. If you were doing something like I don't know, like chicken curry or something, there would be a lot more oil in that. Um, but that's not something we have to deal with because all our products are plant based.
Plant based, so it's all plant based.
Yes, so we started with 3 flavors, and they're all 100%. Yes.
Yeah. So tell us about your what different products you have.
Right. So three we started off. There is the Masur Dal Chawal. That's the brown lentil curry with rice. So it's the brown lentils with a slight little 25% mixture of the regular red lentils, um, and then it comes with basmati rice. So that one has a bit of a nutty kind of flavor to it, and that's a recipe from my grandma and my mom. That was like the most comfort food that you can get.
It was so sweet when his sister was visiting, and she tried it, and she was really excited. Oh, it's just like Ami made, and it was really nice to have that like the affirmation, like yeah, we did it. Like, yeah,
It's mom approved.
yeah.
um, so there's that one, and then the second one we have is something called Chikor Chole. That's our chickpea curry, and we make it a point to say that it's not your regular chana masala. So Chikor Chole is a dish from a breakfast dish from Lahore, and the difference is that it has a really rich potato base to it, and then it has some ingredients like black cardamom and cinnamon, which gives it this really smoky flavor. But traditionally, it's eaten. You would have it for breakfast. So really, like good big breakfast before a hard day's work. So that one is the second one, and then we have the Moong Dal Chawal, which is the little yellow pigeon lentils, and that one comes with rice as well. And that one is more of a smooth, very homey kind of earthy, I would say, earthy flavor to it.
People are always excited by the moong dal, like the flavor of it's kind of unexpected, but the flavor of the dal is different from each other. Like the brown lentils and the moong dal, they taste different regardless of the spices. Like what they are different spices, but it's not. It's the flavor of the dals themselves that really get to shine through, and they taste different. And the moong dal is such a homey, delicious, warming taste. It's nice.
It all sounds good to me, but I'm slightly terrified anyhow.
We have lost you.
You have, but you know what? We'll pick some up. We'll run into you guys again. I'm sure because we keep doing it. So I will let Thomas take some with, and I'll just do some of my normal bland crap.
I hope so.
You talked about what's the right term, upsizing, like because you're cooking for the two of you, and then suddenly you're cooking your batch, what I think it was batch cooking,
Yeah.
in order to do it. So how did you figure out how to upsize it? Because it can't just be, if I'm using 1 teaspoon and I want to make a 10 batch, I'm using 10 teaspoons. It doesn't, being a batch cooker on the weekends, I know that it doesn't translate that way. It's not quite that simple. And then tell me what the heck, like I have a big ass dehydrator here at home, but it's running for how many ever days in order to cook for our 8-day trip. If you're talking about making products to sell, I can't picture a larger home one than mine. So what do you do there? So sorry, tell me how you upsize, and then tell me how you dehydrate all of that stuff.
Yeah. No, I mean, again, it was a big learning curve. So we rented a commercial kitchen facility in the east end of Toronto, where you basically rent it by the hour, and they have all the cooking equipment, stovetops and stuff there. But then we had to get our own dehydrators and house them over there. So we bought like larger dehydrators that we could do bigger production in. And in the beginning, we were doing it in like pressure cookers because it was quicker and easier, but the capacity for them was pretty low as well. So eventually, we understood that we just have to make really, really big pots to be able to do that. So that's how we started off. And then now we have used in the past something called a tilting skillet. So it's basically a big skillet which can house a lot more product in there, and then but you don't have to like move it with your hand as much. It basically has a lever, you would say, that you can tilt it.
Yeah, lever. Like you can, it's on, um, yeah, it lifts up so that it tilts forward, hence the name, the tilting skillet. But it's just like a large
Yeah,
cooking device.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
in terms of ingredients that you were saying, well, the good thing is that I never knew what exact quantity of ingredients I was using at home because I don't use any tablespoon or measuring cup. That's just good old what I feel like in the hand thing. Um, uh, so when we started doing it at the commercial kitchen, we did some batches and basically wrote everything down every time and tried to get to the stage where we were comfortable with that this is the exact quantity every time that we so a
Yeah.
lot of long spreadsheets are involved in this process the exact
Yeah,
amount of water
and
when
weighing everything and taking note, and yeah.
yeah
And then you mentioned a Mylar package. So how does it go then from you cooking it to the Mylar package?
Right. So yes. So once it's dehydrated, then basically we it depends on which product we are doing. So some of them we would so for example for the chickpeas we would have to grind it first a little bit. So it's basically some of it is split into half and stuff because that's the texture we are going for. And then we basically put it in the Mylar bags, put in an oxygen absorber, and then heat seal it with a heat sealing machine.
And a note that says "Do not eat."
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you do this
Now,
all yourselves.
yes, that's how we started off. That's what we've been doing. Now we are looking at other options, but right now this is the current way of doing it. Yes.
So yes, it was all packaged by hand by us and friends who we co-opted into helping. So yes.
Excellent. And is this a full-time gig for you now, or do you have day jobs and then this is your super fun hobby?
It is full time for me now. So we launched, like you said, where we met at the Toronto Outdoor Show in February. That was our launch, and then in May I quit my day job to devote full time to this to Wanderless Kitchen. just because we're like the summer is coming, and if we are serious about this, I really need to be focused full time on this job. So I'm doing it full time. Liz is working. Liz works part time for this. She's a gardener, so um,
Yeah, I still have my day job.
she has her day job from April to
End of November, so I'll
end of
be
no.
wrapping up soon.
Mhm.
And so you are at the Outdoor Adventure Show. You mentioned Mac, that you were demonstrating at Mac. Can people purchase your meals through Mac?
Oh yes, that was really good. So we did one at Mectrono downtown at just before Labor Day, and so that was perfect timing for us. And honestly, like it still amazes us. Like we figured out that 1 in 5 people or 1 in 6 people who try our product, like sample it, buy it, and so that is quite the
That's awesome
quite,
numbers.
that is an amazing turnaround. Like it's beyond our dreams. Because there were people there who were like going on trips and stuff, and they were definitely looking for this. But also people just walking off the streets, and you would be amazed how many people are like, "Oh, this is so delicious! I'm just gonna have this for dinner," because it's also a quick and easy meal. But it's always good to connect with the core camping community. So that's where Mech is good, but also Palmer Fest, where you were at as well with the paddler co-op. Seeing that the people who do it like really seriously are really enjoying it and buying that stuff.
Yeah, they get it. Like the people who are doing backcountry trips, and canoeing, and anyone who has to portage anything, they get it. They're like, oh, this is tasty. It's like tastes delicious. It's got lots of protein in it. It's easy for me to make at the end of the day. Like that, people just get it right away and they want it, and that's so fantastic for us. Yeah, really, really happy to do things like Mac and Palmerfest.
Yeah. Like lots of people are like, oh my God, I didn't know that freeze dried or dehydrated food could taste this good, because they're like, we only used it for nutrition. Like that's what you have to do to survive. But it can also be delicious. So that's been some really good response for us. Yeah,
Yeah, good tasting calories instead of just calories.
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, I hear you. People can buy it from wanderlustkitchen.ca.
Correct.
Okay. Anywhere else? Do you actually, does Mech carry your meals?
Not yet. Not yet is what I'm allowed to say right now, but we will have we will have developments very soon.
Your
We
secret's safe with
are
us.
we are in a couple of bike shops in Toronto. There's Brockton Cyclery, and then we are at Rise Up Foods. Also, now we are available at the Paddler Co-op. So we are slowly. So next year, that's going to be our big push, is to get into more retail, and we've also been talking to a lot of guides for their guiding trips.
Yeah, outfitters and stuff, because you'd be a perfect fit for that, right?
Yeah. But definitely, you can always order online from our website, wanderlesskitchen.ca. And it gets delivered pretty fast.
And
Sweet.
are you guys going to be at the Hamilton show?
We really want to. We really want to. We're just looking at the calendar and the production schedule, because we are doing the one of a kind show in Toronto at the end of this month. It's a 11-day event. So we have been really laser focused on doing all the production for it, and also all the booth setup. So it's quite a bit intimidating in a way. Like it's very exciting that we are a part of it. It was a big long application process, and we're happy that we were accepted to it. But right now, it's all hands on deck to make it a big success, because it's a lot of like time investment, energy investment, and also 11 days. So yeah.
11 days, that's a haul, man. Like, that's a serious commitment. So,
Yeah, it's 10-hour days, most of them interspersed with some 14-hour days.
Well, better you than me.
Well, we're very lucky that we have some very good friends who have started picking up shifts in exchange for delicious food.
That's a good
That's a
trade-off.
good barter. Yeah. Tell me about you've got a special promotion coming up. Tell me all about it.
So for the holiday season, we have a special sale coming up where you can buy one each of our product in a holiday bundle. It's three for $40, which is a 20% saving. It's great as a stocking stuffer or for your trip, for the epic trip you're going to do next year, or especially if you have a person in your life who has all the gear already. And so you're thinking, what do we give somebody like that? You can give them delicious food. So yes, check it out. It's three for $40 available at wanderlusskitchen.ca. It's available. The sale is going to be valid till December 10th. So we have enough time to get it to you before the holidays.
So it can be a stocking stuffer, which I think is an excellent idea. I see a kid,
Except for
not
you.
for me. I see a kid that has a stocking stuffer.
Maybe for Thomas it can be.
Might send some over for the other kid too. He might actually.
Oh, he would
it.
enjoy it.
Yeah.
He loves South Asian. Yeah. That's it for us for today. Thank you so much to Liz and Wally from Wanderless Kitchen for joining us. Please do check them out. They are at wanderlusskitchen.ca, and Blend can take a hike on Instagram, and not the wanderlusskitchen.com. Then not that.
That's a different deal.
That's a different deal. But please do check them out, wanderlusskitchen.ca, and you can check us out anywhere that you happen to be, whether it's all the social media or on YouTube. And we would love it if you subscribed and talk to us anytime you like. We are at hi@supergoodcamping.com. That's hi@supergoodcamping.com. And we'll talk to you again soon.